Hey, what's up guys? So we're back with another tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a low taper on my boy Angel. I'm also going to be lining up his beard too as well. And we're going to be switching things up a little bit, guys. Instead of using my black FXs or my wall seniors with the wall guards, we're going to be using my oyster topazes with the Andis guard. Two different guard systems, but the concept is pretty much the same. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so as you can see, I started off by brushing my client's hair in the direction that his hair wants to lay down. And now with my 3.5 guard on my BGRVs, I'm going to go ahead and take down all this bulk. Now the 3.5 detachable blade is pretty much equivalent to a 2 guard. So like I said, I'm just going to take this all around the head. So for this taper, we're going to go ahead and start in the back. It really doesn't matter where you start. I just like to start in the back and then work my way to the sides. So first, I'm going to go ahead and start by setting my initial guideline with my Andis T outliners. And then I'm going to come back with my oyster topazes, lever all the way open, and make my second guideline. I'm going to make this guideline a 1/2 inch to 1 inch wide. And I'm just going to take this all across the back of this taper. Now with my second guideline set, I'm going to start to adjust my lever on the side. I'm going to start with halfway and then close to start to buff out this second guideline. So always remember, whatever you put a line in with is what you have to take it out with. So coming back with my T outliners, I'm going to go ahead and buff out where I set that initial guideline, making sure to flick out so I don't create another line. Now with my 0 guard, lever all the way open, we're going to go ahead and make our third guideline, and we're just going to do the same thing. Make sure it's about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch wide, and then we're going to go back and start to buff that line out. Clipper open with no guard. Let's go ahead and finish off taking out this line. Now with my 1 guard, lever all the way open, we're going to go ahead and set that 4th guideline. Remember, you just want it a 1/2 inch to 1 inch wide. And then we're going to come back with the lever midway and close to buff this line out. Now remember guys, don't be afraid to use that lever. That line may not come out on your first pass. So just play with that lever. As long as you don't pass where you set that guideline initially, you should be good. So just play with the lever till the line comes out. So with my number 2, lever close, this is going to be my last guard that I'm going to be using. My objective with this guard is not to set another guideline, but I just want to flick at this top line up here to try to soften up this bulk as much as possible. Then I'm going to come back with my 1 guard, lever open, to try to get out the remainder of that line. So there's still a little bit of line left over at the bottom of the taper. So with my clipper with no guard, lever all the way open, I'm just going to come back and flick at this bottom line, you know, just kind of try to detail it. So with my wall detailers, I'm going to go ahead and start to edge up this neck taper. Some people like to wait till last after they finish the whole haircut. Me personally, I like to see the taper come together, so I just do it first. Now onto the side taper, I'm pretty much going to be doing the same thing that I did on the back of the taper. I'm going to start with my T outliners, make my initial bald guideline, and then I'm going to come back with a 1/2, 0, 1, and 2. Pretty easy, simple system, you know. tapers, they shouldn't take you too long, and I feel like this system, I'm able to get them in and out without taking too long. Of course, you have to come back and detail, but I feel like this is pretty much a dummy-proof system here. Now I got my 0 guard setting that 3rd guideline, and I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background, but it is storming like crazy outside. I came out here to Tennessee to visit some family, and it is going crazy outside. Hopefully the power doesn't go out. My computer's almost dying, so let's see if we can make it through this tutorial. Now with my clipper with no guard, lever all the way open, I'm just buffing out the remainder of that line. Now the trick with these tapers is you want to use the corner of your blades. You know, this is such a tight and small area. If you use that full blade, you can potentially raise the fade. So just stick to using the corner of your blades, guys. Also with these Andes blades, you kind of want to pay attention because the 0 guard and the 1 guard, they pretty much look the same, and I don't know how many times I've grabbed the 0 guard thinking I'm grabbing the 1 guard. So when you're doing these, you pretty much want to pay attention to which guard you're grabbing onto. So now after setting my guidelines with my number 1 and number 2 and taking both of those lines out, I'm working my way back down with my number 1 guard, playing with that lever, and just trying to clean up this taper. I'm pretty much just detailing it now, guys. So now we're gonna taper down his beard, and I'm gonna be doing the opposite. Instead of fading up, I'm gonna be fading down. So I'm gonna start with the number 2, come back with the number 1, 0, then half. And just work my way down until this beard is faded into the taper. Now it's time to line up the beard. I want to keep this pretty much natural. I don't want to take it back too much, but I do want to get it sharp. So I'm going to start with the top line, then I'm going to hit the bottom and come back and do the back. Now with my silver skeleton FXs, I'm gonna go ahead and line up his C cup, making sure to keep this as natural as possible. Of course, it might be a little bit of take back because not everybody's C cup is as sharp as you would want to be, but you still want to keep it natural as possible. So as you can see, guys, we haven't even edged up his front or even put the razor on this haircut, and it's already coming out crispy. Now on this side, guys, as you see in the video, my boy Angel, we had to stop halfway through this side so he can go use the restroom. And when he came back, I forgot to turn on the camera, so that's my fault. I think we started back when I started to give him a lineup, but we're pretty much gonna be doing the same thing on this side as we did on the back and the other side. Oh, and also, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy. And go ahead and like this video too, man. This channel is doing well. Only had it for 2 months now. And yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody that's already subscribed. I appreciate everybody that's already liked. It does a lot for your boy's channel, so I really do appreciate it, guys. Thanks. So right about here is when he said he had to go to the bathroom. If you pay attention to his mouth, he's saying my bad, but it's all good, you know, it happens. But like I said, I did forget to push record, so we're just gonna start back at the edge up and yeah, continue the tutorial. So now for his front edge up, I'm going ahead and hit his front taper with a 1.5. Normally with the 1.5, it's still long enough to keep the edge up dark, but as soon as I hit him with the edgers, it'll make a crispy line. So that 1.5 is what we're gonna do around his front taper region. Now I like to face my clients towards the mirror when I do the edge up, so I'm gonna start in the middle and then work my way out. Make sure to look in that mirror and make sure everything's straight and symmetrical. Now for the other side, I'm just starting myself in the middle and then working my way out. So I'm telling you guys, once you put that edge up on any fade or taper, it just makes it pop out that much more. This taper looks so butter right now, guys. Now it's time for the razor. Normally what I like to do is I like to lean my client back. I like to apply a hot towel with shaving gel. And then I like to use my razor holding it at a 45-degree angle, making sure to stretch the skin. And then I like to use short, choppy strokes. Now, as long as you stretch the skin, you don't have to worry about cutting anybody. Now, when I initially started using the razor, that was one thing I used to always worry about. Of course, I've nicked a couple people over time, but as long as you keep that skin stretched and hold that razor at a 45-degree angle, you should be fine. Just doing some detailing, clean up any extra hair that I see on his neck. So alright guys, here's the before and here's the after. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Now be on the lookout for my next video, guys, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. But until next time, guys, I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.